Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome out. All right, one person's mildly excited. Welcome to public, everybody. Nice to see you. It's kind of a big deal. This is the most people we've had in here in a while, so thank you for coming. For those of you that are tuning in at home for the live stream, I can't turn the camera around, but I promise you, we put the tables 6 feet apart. There are less than 50 people in the room. As much as my business checking account is upset about that, we are definitely being safe. So thank you guys for coming out. I hope you're excited to see Alvin Williams, who is here. This is his final show of the weekend. We are very, very excited about that. We also have 2 other awesome comedians. Just to let you know, as far as drinks go, because the bar actually itself is closed, you can still do pickup if you want to get out of your seat. But if you look on the table in that little cup that's got the candle in it, there is a little slip of paper or some slips of paper and a pen, and it just says what drink you want. There's a menu there. You can just write that down with the name that's on your tab at the bar. If you don't have a tab at the bar, leave it on the edge of the table with your card, and somebody will come by and just get you drinks, and that way we don't have to lean in and talk to each other really close with our mouths close together, because I've heard that's bad. I don't know. I've been in Canyon County for a while, and everybody there seems to think it's fine. But anyway, we're in Ada County, so we'll be civilized and not talk close to each other. All right, other than that, wanted to let you know about a couple of things that are also coming up. We are live streaming all the time, so please check in on our Facebook or our Twitch or the website, loungeboise.com. You'll see the shows that we have coming up. Next weekend, we have Heath Harmison here. He is doing 2 shows. One of them is at 7, and that is a 13 and up show. So if you have younger people that are into comedy, you should definitely bring them to that show. His son, who's actually also a stand-up comedian, and I think 13 or 14 is opening for him, and he's very funny. And then the 21 and up show will be at 9 o'clock, and you can get tickets on loungeboise.com as well. All right, perfect. I feel like I've lulled you into the exact sense of just borderline boredom that you need to be for us to start an actual show. There's a couple extra steps that we're taking these days, so in between, going to be just a little clunkier because we have to sterilize everything, and there might be comedians putting microphone condoms onto the microphone. These are really strange times, you guys. You definitely don't want to catch COVID. Certainly not from a microphone. That's just a shitty story all the way around. That's like getting coughed on. Not as much fun. At least make it a good story. At least let there be nudity involved. All right. I think I've got everything covered. If you have any questions, you can go to the website or just call us, because we are a little bit bored these days, you guys. And we're happy to answer any of the questions that you have. Are you ready for an amazing show? Okay. All right. Obviously, you know Alvin Williams is your headliner. We have Kat Lizarraga, who is the feature. And I am so happy to bring up your host for this evening, because your host is actually a headlining comedian who tours nationally and who is just in town and was like, yeah, I'll do it. So your host this evening is the very funny Mr. Tim Northern. Give him a big round of applause.
Jen Adams, ladies and gentlemen. All right, can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Does it still sound the same? Just making sure. All right, hey man, we got a great show for y'all. We got Alvin Williams. Man, that guy's great. I love that guy. He's a great kisser. But my name is Tim Northern. I'm from a little bit about myself. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. That's my hometown. Thank you. I am the product of a biracial marriage. My father is African American, and my mother is black. Found my grandfather was colored. So I'm dealing with that, you know. Yeah. I did some research into my family background. I found out that my great-great-grandfather was George Washington Carver. Yeah. Apparently, he used to carve little bitty George Washingtons. Yeah. Out of peanuts. That was his favorite medium. Yeah. I travel a lot. I do a lot of traveling, you know. In Boise, man, it's nice. You know, I like potatoes. You know. I'm a big fan of cherries too. I love cherries, man. I love cherries. My favorite cherries are the maraschino cherry. That's my favorite, right? So I was in Michigan, and they were like, hey man, what we're the home of the cherry. You know, we have the cherry festival. Like we do cherries all the time in Michigan. I was like, great, man. So I was in Michigan, and I was trying to find a maraschino. I couldn't find a maraschino cherry anywhere, man. So I bought a Bing. It's a cherry. It's a Bing. I bought one. But yeah, while I was in Michigan, I was also recording. I had to do some recording, so I needed an extension for my microphone. So while I was in Michigan, I bought a Bing, bada boom. Yeah, I said that, man. Yeah, man. I used to stay up late at night trying to read until I found out I was what you call that illiterate. So I took a class, learned how to read. It's tough to learn how to read as an adult. You read, sir? Look at you, showing off. When I feel like it, man, whenever. Sometimes. It was tough, man. We were in class, working on a thing. It was called, check this out, it was called silent E. That's stupid. How you gonna be a letter in a word and be silent? I see you. I'm gonna stop using silent E. I'll say it. I had silent E. I just don't lick it. I don't. Silent letters are stupid, man. Silent G, silent K, silent B, that's just dumb if you think about what I'm saying. Silent B is, okay, I guess I'm not the only one that needs to take that class. I guess that joke was a little too subtle for you, huh? A little too subtle. Reading is cool, though, man. I'm glad I learned how to read, man. I really am, man. I read this one book. It was good. It was called The Dictionary. It was good. I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't read it. But it's about this aardvark. Yeah. Who wound up in the zoo. It's real verbose and loquacious and shit. I also read. I read this book called it was Thesaurus. Anybody read the Thesaurus? It's just a loosely plagiarized version of the dictionary, man. But it's very succinct, though. It's very succinct. Yeah, it's all about this anteater. I'm just gonna leave it right there, man. It's cool though, man. But reading, I mean, you can't believe everything you read. You know what I'm saying? You can't believe it. Like I read this one story. It's called The Three Little Pigs. Anybody read that? Three Little Pigs. I mean, the title, it's plausible. Everybody knows that, pigs tend to congregate in odd numbers. 3, 5, 27. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. So I started reading, and this pig, this one pig, he made his house out of straw, right, and and the wolf was like, this wolf came out. He said, little pig, let me in. I'm like, whoa. First of all, it's a stretch that a pig makes houses out of straw. There's anecdotal evidence of pigs building rudimentary structures. Lean-tos, dugouts, or whatnot. So I'm starting to think, man, I don't know about this. Then this wolf came up. He was like, hey, little pig, let me in. Whoa, red flag. Wolves are not that bold, man. That wolf would have just waited for the pig to come outside, eat him up. That's how wolves operate. But what got me, this is the part that got me. The pig replied, not by the hair on or of, depending on the story you read, my chinny chin chin. No, sir. No. Pigs don't have chins, man. It's complete bullshit. Couldn't even finish the story, man. I read another book, man. This doctor did a series of books on different social ills. This doctor, he did this one book. It was all about peer pressure, right? It was called Green Eggs and Ham. It was good, man. It was all about peer pressure. The first guy, he was like, this guy was like, hey man, why don't you try some of these green eggs and ham, right? And then the dude was like, no, man. And then the guy was like, come on, man. The guy was like, no, man. And the guy was like, come on, man. You know, I'm paraphrasing. But at the end, that guy gave in. He was like, I love green eggs and ham, man. I'll do anything for your green eggs and ham, man. That was so sad, man. Peer pressure got him, man. Then I read the follow-up book. It was called How Sam I Am Died of Botulism. Sad, man. He did some other books, man. He did this one book about drug use. It's called One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. It's all about drugs, man. If you ever find yourself boxing a Gox in yellow socks, you are on some shit. And you need help, man. Reading, man. I love reading, man. I read this one article about presidents and different nicknames that they had. Y'all know, it was someone interesting. Like, y'all know Bill Clinton's nickname? Anybody? Slick Willie. It was Slick Willie. That was his nickname. What about Richard Nixon? Everybody knows that one, Tricky Dick, yeah. The one that got me, though, was Harry Ass Truman. Come on, man. Call that man Harry Ass to his face. Leader of the free world, man. I like getting outside, man. I do, man. I used to run a lot, man. I used to be a big runner, man. I used to run all the time, man. But for some reason, people just stopped chasing me. It's right around the time I stopped shoplifting. But yeah, man. Life is good. Life is good, man. Hey, y'all know about this? I'm gonna do this one. Y'all know about this? Y'all hear about this group called the Ku Klux Klan? Have y'all heard about this organization? Have y'all heard anything about this? Ever? Yeah. Well, look, I heard that they try to go like legit. You hear about this? They try to go legit. They adopted a highway in Missouri, right? They adopted a highway in Missouri, and the state rescinded that adoption because they only picked up the white trash, which was very unfair to all the other trashes, man. Very unfair, man. Yeah. They opened a restaurant. Y'all hear about this? They opened a restaurant. They call it the Ku Klux Kitchen. They spell kitchen with a C, trying to throw people off. We know who you are, man. They had a commercial. They're like, come on down to the Ku Klux Kitchen. We have a new general manager. His name is James Crow. He hired our new head chef, Paul Dean. This is gonna be very uncomfortable. It is for both of us. But yeah, he made us a new menu. You should check out some of the things we have, man. We have this thing. It's called the Donald T. Rump Roast. What we do is we get a locally sourced capitalist pig, and we rub turmeric all over it, give it a nice orange glow. Then we bake it up to perfection. Now, I'll tell you, you might not, I don't recommend it for everybody because it makes you, it gives you gas. Yeah. Unless you love Putin. It's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. All right, I just got the light. I just got the light. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Good. I'm just like a quarter way through that joke, and it's getting really uncomfortable. So I got the light. Thank you so much, man. It's Thank y'all so very much for letting me do my partial joke. I guess in my capacity, I have to bring up the next comic, who's a very nice lady. I just met her, and she's a very nice lady. And I heard she killed last night, right? So I'm gonna try to get her name right. Please get up for Cat Lasarigas. Did I get it? Oh, I murdered it. I'm sorry.
What's up? Sorry. Cleaning the microphone, there's just no graceful way to do it. Either it's too sexual, it's just too awkward. And I don't know which one to pick. Hello, hi, I'm Kat. Sorry, he's taking a picture of me, so I wanted to be cute. Okay, just making a point, super candid. Quarantining sucks now. I hate it. I'm ready to move on. I don't like spending this much time alone with myself. At first it was great. At first I feel like I was finally doing all the things that I was supposed to do to be the perfect human, and no one was gonna see it, so what's the point? I got into some like old hobbies, namely day drinking and crocheting. Both productive. I even decided that I was gonna grow out my bangs. Mid-process right now, please, eyes down here. I decided I was gonna grow out my bangs. I guess I'm just over the breakup that made me get them finally. Don't worry, he made a bad hair decision too. I feel super powerful. I broke up with a guy and he turned into like a store brand Post Malone. I blocked him off of everything, and then somebody sent me a picture. They're like, "Ew, bad," and I said, "Glad I missed that phase." Or I caused it, which now I'm done with quarantining, though. I'm done with it. I'm bored. I'm numb. I hate it. I'm starting to do a little bit of reckless things, like watching the VHS clip of that Ring movie thing. The cursed one, just to see what happens. I'm going out in public crying more just to see who will help me. Getting super drunk, ordering things off Etsy for the surprise. Yeah, some girls, they get drunk and they party like Riri. I get drunk and order a box of flannels and then cry about my dog being the flower girl at my wedding. The thing that broke me for quarantining was I got super into van life. Do you guys know what that is? Like, it's like where people take vans, like Sprinter vans or school buses, and they turn them into tiny homes on wheels, and then they go travel the world, and they're super famous on Instagram. I love that, but I started looking up stuff on how to do that because there's a bunch of videos, and it sucks because it's all these like beautiful young women being like, "This is how I got an RV and I renovated it for $900 in 12 days." And I'm like, perfect, my time frame, my budget. And then you look at it and she's just like, "My stepdad did it." You need a 13-minute video to tell me that your stepdad did it for you? This isn't relatable. It's not relatable at all. That'd be like me saying, "It's just super easy for me to be a stripper because my dad owns the club." My dad's watching this online. He's a nice man. Hi, Dad. I'm sorry. He did tell me, though, he's like, "You're super funny when you make dirty jokes because no one expects it from you." And it worked, so you guys proved him right. Never gonna hear the end of that. What did I want to say next? I was trying to make that super casual. I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing that's ever happened to me recently. So for Christmas, we do a Secret Santa for the whole family. I got my sister, and I was super excited because I decided to get her a puzzle, customizable puzzle, with my face on it. It was a picture from like down here. It was named Spot the Booger, so you can just imagine how it looked. And I was like 50-50 chance she's either gonna love it or she's gonna hate it. When she opened it, she said, "Guess I'll donate it to make it someone else's problem." That's my face. That's just, I don't know why I find that so funny, but the thing that I did next was just as funny and sad because I bought the puzzle back from her and then tried to give it away to somebody else. I would open it up by being like, "Isn't it funny if you have a puzzle with someone's face on it?" And they'd be like, "Oh, hilarious." And I'm like, and they'd be like, "Not that funny." Basically what I'm saying is I have merch. I'm down to one. It is $500. Please. I can't lose any more money on this. It's hurting my feelings. Guess where I got that idea? A bottle of wine and Etsy. Because I bought one for myself one day. And guess what? I just realized this. I donated it. Someone out there probably has it, and I hope there's one piece missing. Puzzles always get me in trouble. Because one time, this is a fun game. I want everyone in the audience to just raise their hand throughout this next story. It's a date story that you would have just been like, "I'm not doing that." Okay, super easy. Everyone just raise their hand when they're like, "Yeah, not me." I went home with a man after 15 minutes of knowing him because he promised. You're done? You can't play anymore. You didn't hear me finish this sentence. Because he promised to show me a 6-foot by 6-foot puzzle. That you feel foolish. Oh, you raised your hand. Okay. You're interested now? All right, here you go. Just you and me right here. I drive 40 minutes into Cuna. You're gone. Everyone else is freaky. Okay. I drive 40 minutes into Cuna. No other cars are passing me. There's no street lamps. It's getting more and more rural. Are you laughing at my situation? Sucks. You're going to die at the end of that one. I'm still here. It's okay. This leg is fake, but I'm here. So I drive there. I meet the guy at his house, and he decides to give me a house tour, which is very sweet. He leads me inside. The first thing I notice in his living room are guns covering every single surface. Tons of them. And it's not the fact that they were guns. It's the fact that there were so many. What do you need to shoot that differently? Like it was the amount. If I walked in and there were Legos covering every surface, still be just as scared. Step everywhere. So the house tour goes on. He leads me to his bedroom, which, calm down. First thing I notice in his bedroom, a customizable poster of Molly Ringwald. Huh? You want his number? It's under Puzzle Guy in my phone. So far, I think he's still single. So, customizable picture, Molly Ringwald, Pretty in Pink Days. I didn't know how to decipher that one, so I let it slide. Second thing I noticed is I turn around, and on a wall, there are 3 cages for snakes. Giant cages going from the floor to the ceiling, wall to wall. Snakes. Still in? Oh, you're out twice. You came back and you left again. So he thought I wanted to see the snakes because I said, "Fuck no." And he's pulling them out, and he's like, "This one's named Barbara." And I was like, "How unfortunate for whoever you fed that one to." We continue. This house tour is going on for like 30 minutes now, and I'm kind of getting bored, so I'm a little bit like, murder me. Haven't seen a puzzle yet. And as if reading my thoughts, he goes, time to go to the puzzle room. Is anyone still in? Everyone's, okay, you guys have heard it though. Huh? You don't see red flags? How? Huh? You're colorblind? Or just lonely? I don't know the difference. Because I was. Yeah, he has a giant puzzle. And you know what they say about giant puzzles? Big garages for my crafts. So he leads me to the back porch of his property. And we go to his backyard. And I start realizing that there are no other houses around. And there are no lights. And then I finally see a storage unit parked in the back. And he goes up to it. And he's like, puzzle room. And he rolls open the garage doors. And there inside were 4 other dudes, much stronger than me, working on a 6-foot by 6-foot puzzle. You're out? You got to the puzzle. You got all the way there. Cool puzzle. Run. Still in. I stayed for 2 hours. I politely did the puzzle in the corner like, my dad knows where I am, and my car has GPS. Isn't that weird? Finally, I left, and he walks me to my car, which was nice, but also, like, leave me alone. And he says, if you ever want me to make you dinner, you let me know. And I said, did you ask me to ask you out? Fuck off. I'll settle for being lonely. I was driving home and I called my friend because I realized how stupid my actions were. And I start telling her everything that happened. And she said, the risk to reward on that whole thing, not great. And I know that dating is a numbers game, so eventually I was going to get murdered. So I went home and I bought 2 things on Amazon, just so that this would never happen ever again. 1, I bought a 6-foot by 6-foot puzzle. $16. Easy. Won't fit in my apartment. Second thing I bought, a dildo. Just covering all my bases. Whoa. Oh, okay. I was about to say, that's the voice of someone who's never had a dildo. It's always fun to find one in someone's drawer. Because you can't be like, what's this for? It's for comedy bits? I don't know. It happened to me once. I was helping my boyfriend move, and I was like, and he's like, it was expensive. And I'm like, I don't care. Speaking of my boyfriend, this is a fun trick that I learned to do. Yes, I'm not single anymore, thank God. My parents are very happy, because I would have just kept doing the puzzle guy thing. So I've learned a lot being in a relationship. Mainly, I know how to cheer somebody up really well. Here's my best trick. You guys can use it. It's really fun. You just sing "Welcome to the Jungle," but super sexual. Works every time, okay? It goes like, bring your to your knees, gonna make you bleed. It works, because first he laughs, and then he comes. It's fun. I had to use it the other day because I had some bad news to give him. And I gave it to him the only way I knew how, which was the same way that Donald Trump's youngest son greets him every morning. Hi, I'm Barron. Welcome to the jungle. I got into one-liner jokes over quarantine, because this is what happens. It's all got to go somewhere. Friends. Transition. Friends, you got them? You guys have them? I do, surprisingly. I know, I'm sorry. Don't know why I'm apologizing for me having a social life. Friends are great. I hang out with them sometimes. Lately, not so much, hence the van life situation. One time, though, I was hanging out with my friends, and I don't know if this ever happens with you guys, but it seems like a normal social thing to do. But when somebody starts talking about like a story, and every now and again something taken out of context from what they're saying sounds super sexual. Like this guy was telling us, one of my friends was telling us how he started windsurfing, and the first time he ever did it, so he was like, man, it just took an hour to get up. And everyone starts joining in like, oh yeah, how wet was it? And I start realizing I don't know how to talk dirty. Because then it came to me and I was like, yeah, did you give it an Indian burn? And they were like, what? And I was like, did you look it in the eye and you said, I know what you've done? Is that how you do it? Is it one of those puff, puff, pass situations? I don't know how to give a blowjob. No one feel bad for my boyfriend. What is next? Friends, I love them. I like making friends. I feel like I like to make friends in just different ways all over the place. Like one time, I'm like, okay, the girls' bathroom. You guys know what that is? Girls' bathroom is a beautiful, lawless land. You go in there ready to fight, you come out with a new best friend. It's beautiful. I love it. I'll meet you all back there next time. I was at Humping Hannah's the other night. Not the other night, a long time ago. That's how I normally do the joke. I was at Humping Hannah's months and months ago. And I was in line to pee. And there's this girl throwing up in the sink. And there are other girls holding her hair, rubbing her back, being like, good job. And then all of a sudden she looks up at me and goes, I love your skirt. Blah. I love your lifestyle. Thank you. What lipstick is that? Ugh. Love friends. Love them. I'm going to tell you guys one last. Speaking of dirty jokes, I just want to end on my favorite. Y'all heard of queefing? Some men are nodding in here like they're in a court-appointed seminar. What's that? Queefing? Honey, hi. Are you asking for the one guy at your table so we don't make it awkward for him? Of course. You know what this is. We all know you know what this is. Queefing is a front fart for women by women. Get on board. You knew that. It's okay. Sometimes a form of it, there's forms, of course, we all know that, is when you're having sex, air gets up into it, and then you move, and it goes, whop, 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 whop. It's a queef. It's beautiful. It's part of life. Happened to me, because I know you're about to ask, how do you know? Happened to me once. I was having sex with a guy, and it happened, and we both froze. And I was thinking, like, can I pass this off that he just farted? And he was probably like, did I just fart? And eventually he breaks the silence, and he goes, did you just beatbox? And I was like, what a cute way of saying queefing. Of course I did. Yes. All right. Months later, we're talking to some friends, and beatboxing comes up, the normal kind. And he goes, Cat can beatbox. Show them. I pulled him aside, and I was like, hi, what the fuck was that? It's going to take a long time. And just a wish and a prayer at this point. So upon further talking to him, he thought I actually beatboxed. I was dating a grown man who thought that during sex, I was like, geez, this is fantastic. Let me show him my appreciation. Bum, bum, sh, dun, dun, sh. Thanks for the dick. We broke up. And not because he didn't know what queefing was. Because if he really thought that I was beatboxing, why didn't he join in? Make your pee hole whistle. I don't know how it works. Don't leave me hanging. Gross. You haven't had fun sex. All right, thanks, guys. I'm Kat. Thank you so much.
I know it's used, but anyway, keep it going for Cat. Lysaragus. Told you she was funny. It's Lysaragus, right? Lysaragus. Cat Lysaragus. Lysaragus. There would be a quiz. Lysaragus, yes. She's the only woman with one leg in here. She has one leg. All right. Hey, give it one more time, Kat. Was she not funny? I know this is awkward. Yeah, they told. I was like, man, okay, yeah, she's funny. She got some funny stuff. Yeah, I like that. Hey, I'm sorry. Earlier, I was kind of rusty. I haven't been on stage in months. I mean, almost like 6 months. So I was kind of rusty and nervous. But I did want to tell y'all that I have a couple of albums out. Well, I have 3 albums out. My first album is called Tim Northern's First CD. It was like the first CD I ever did. You know what I'm saying? It's available on iTunes. And my second CD is called Tim Northern's Second CD. Because, you know, I try to stay literal. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my second one. And then my third one, I recorded it last year. It came out last year. It's called Tim Northern Does Animals. And it's all animal jokes. The whole thing is animal jokes. And they're all available on iTunes. And what I was wanting to tell y'all was, like, when I was first coming up with the concept of doing animal jokes, I was thinking, should I add humans in there too? Because technically we are animals. But I thought that would be too easy. And people were like, nah. And I was just going back and forth. Then I thought to myself, man, wow, that's kind of arrogant of us to not, like, be like animals. You know what I'm saying? Like not say that we're animals. And I'm like, what's wrong with us, man? We're just too much, you know, in our heads. You know, like, are we animals or are we not animals? So then I figured, you know, I'm not gonna put it in there. And so I was going about it, you know, writing out. Man, I wrote this one animal joke, man. I used to have this mole on my face, but I had to get rid of it because I was picking on it one day and it bit me. I'm like, whoa, that's a great animal joke, man. You know. So anyway, I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about how arrogant we are as human beings that we can't consider ourselves animals, and we are animals, man. We are. And so I thought to myself, I'm gonna do something about it, man. I'm gonna do something about this, man. In fact, I'm gonna let everybody know that we are animals, and Earth is where we live. Okay. Now, I'm thinking about this conflict back and forth. I'm thinking we having conflict with each other, with animals. We try to kill animals. We try to eat animals. We do all this to animals. But really, our real conflict is with Earth, man. It's gravity. Gravity is all holding us all down, man. We should be mad at Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? We should be mad at Earth. Look. Earth is like, you know, I love you, I hate you. You know, Earth is bipolar, man. That's what I'm just trying to say. But someday we're gonna figure out how to get away from Earth, but Earth is still trying to hold us back. You know, we're gonna go to Mars one day. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get on Mars. We're gonna get on. You know, take us a couple years to get there. We turn our cell phones on, check out the messages. You know, Earth's call like, where you at? Where you been? Come back. Like, then we got to come back. And when we do, it's gonna be bad. Earth's gonna be like, I've changed. You know, Earth start working out. Earth's got that little small equator. You know what I'm saying? That nice southern hemisphere. You know, and we want to come back. And the earth's like, no, I'm through with you. You know, so we like, you know, we all arrogant. So like, you know, we got to keep our you know, our whatever you want to call it. So then we go to Mercury. You know, we're like, okay, well, forget you. We'll just go to Mercury. So we go anyway. Mercury is hotter anyway, right? So we go to Mercury, man, and we don't last that long. You know, we die of poisoning. You know, because we ate the tuna. That's all I wanted to do, man. Thank y'all so very much, man. I'm so rusty, man. And this guy's not. I talked to this guy in the white room, and this guy, he's gonna tear it up. Please keep it going. Keep it going. Let's go. Let's start going. Keep it going for my man, Mr. Alvin Williams.
Yes. Welcome to gay orgies of the future. Like, this is how it's gonna be. You understand that, right? From now on, this is what your porn is gonna look like. People just gonna be cleaning in between and everything. You just gotta wait. It was good for me. How you all doing? How are you all doing, though? Yeah, I thought so. See, yeah. It's time to be, it's 15 of us in here. When I ask a question, it's not rhetorical. I really do care individually, how are you doing as people? Who's not doing good? Who's doing shitty? Just get it out. It's just us. There you go. Does it feel, okay, yeah, doesn't that feel better? That was about 6 people, right? Okay. If at any time during my show, any of those assholes walk out, it wasn't me. They just admitted they were doing shitty before they came in here. This is not on me, okay? That's in your soul if you don't like the heat I'm about to bring for the next hour. You understand? That had nothing to do with me. I'm just saying I get you. I don't agree with you, how you're feeling right now, but I get you. I'm feeling very good. I'm in Boise. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see your faces. And believe me, I understand everything that you are going through because I have been going through it too, completely. Life gets shitty, then it's cool, then it gets shitty again, and we've gotten to do that in 3 months or less. Like, we're better for it. We're better off for it. I mean, when the virus first hit, Kat was completely right. When it first hit, we were all on board. As a nation, we all stood up as patriots and said, I will sit on my ass as long as it takes for true change to occur. Fundamental change only occurs when you sit on your ass and hope that people smarter than you work the shit out while you watch your Netflix. That's what we made a pact as a nation to do that. And we did it. There was no couch too big, no futon too small, no grub you wouldn't motherfucking hub for this country. You're damn heroes. You're an American hero. Pass me my Cheetos. Like, that's what we were doing. And it just kind of went away that it was patriotic to do that because you realized about a month in, that was who you always were, like the entire time. Nothing changed about you. That's the shit you were doing before somebody allowed you to do it without being judged. Like, that's what you did. And now, we're sad again. We're burnt out. We're burnt out. We're tired of being ourselves. It sucks. It sucks so bad the government felt bad for us. They felt so bad for us that they started releasing UFO videos and showing us, hey, aliens were real the whole time, you guys. Come on, cheer up. Remember the last time we made you feel like you were an idiot? Conspiracy theories? You were crazy. Guess what? You weren't crazy, huh? Aliens, they're here the whole time. And we were like, man, I really need $600, man. Like, can we? Your priorities have changed. Also, shout out to any relationships that started in stage 1. You all are the most selfish people on this planet, and you didn't care who knew it. Like, that was a dead giveaway. Stage 1, that's me. The first 2 weeks of you sitting on your ass at home doing what you were always doing in the first place, you said, you know what? If I die, I'm bringing this bitch with me. Like, that's, and your friends are like, damn, you don't talk about your boyfriend like that? Like, he should be in the room at least. Some of you all already had somebody that you were talking to online beforehand, and you all just made it official. Like, this is the person I'm going to talk to online forever. You don't have to meet each other. Why? I think we should keep the phases even after quarantine is over with relationships, because then you can sit at home, have 4 or 5 girlfriends. If one of them pops off at the mouth, you just close the window. I got 5 of these. Like, you can't do real girlfriend stuff either during that phase 1, phase 2, because we're going to have the phases again, so I hope you all did well on the practice, because it's coming back around. So if you messed up the first time, you'll get a chance again. Like, the first phases, that was like your open mic. And now this is the real show. You show them everything that you've learned, okay? So here's a question that will go extinct now that we have phases in relationships. Don't you dare ask, so what are we? We're delusional, bitch. Like, do you really think this is a real relationship? Like, this is not real. Click. You can just close. You can make yourself not visible to people. That's a superpower. You just get to do that in the comfort of your own home. Like, that's who you are now. You learn so much about yourself and who you are in relationships from these phases. I had a girl argue with me over a pizza that I ordered for myself. She wasn't gonna get to eat it. Why are we arguing over the toppings that I have on my pizza that I'm gonna have in my home? And it wasn't like I had weird toppings. I just ordered a meat lover's pizza. That's so normal that it's already a meat lover's pizza. Like, they gave it a name and it's already in there. Like, I don't have to change anything. I don't have to think about toppings because, hey, here's some normal shit. Click the button. That's what I did. Shouldn't have been a problem. She said, what are you getting? I said, I'm getting meat lover. She said, ew. I'm like, for who, bitch? Like, ew. And she said, if you're gonna get pizza, at least get pineapple on it. That's the only way that pizza is good, is if you have pineapple on the pizza. Do you see the diverse reactions that we have in the room when you mention pineapple and pizza in the same sentence? Some people in this room want to punch me in the nuts right now just for bringing it up. Some of you all are like, yeah, that's delicious. I don't, First of all, who are the pineapple lovers? I'm noticing a correlation between the pineapple lovers and people who were feeling shitty before they walked in here. I'm just going to point that out there. I'm just saying, I might be 1 or 2 people off, but what does that mean? For the pineapple lovers in here, can we have a moment of honesty, okay? I'm not judging you for loving pineapples on the pizza. What I am saying is, you do realize your friends often ridicule you for liking pineapples on the pizza. Like, when you go to a party and everybody's ordering pizza, and they're like, what toppings does everybody want? And you're like, you know, you got to make mine pineapple. And they're like, we know. And then they get you your own pizza and make you sit in the corner and eat that shit by yourself. Like, you realize, like, that happens, though, right? The cameraman can't heckle me. What the fuck is this? Like, what is... You can't do that. Like, that... I need to get a confused reaction from this asshole on stage. Hey! There's no rules in Corona season anymore. Nobody gives a shit. This is the last show I'll ever do. I'm glad we got it filmed. Cameramans don't heckle? Yeah, they do. I saw it. I paid $5 to see that shit. It was worth it. I've been waiting for a cameraman to step up. He's emboldened other aspiring photographers in the room. Like, yeah, you know. For the pineapple lovers, I'm just saying, just as you know, you get ridiculed for it and you don't care. You don't care because you're like, I love the pineapples. That's fine. And it doesn't even matter that I love the pineapples. That's my preference. You can get whatever you want on your pizza. You understand that, right? Correct? Exactly. So for somebody who knows that ridicule, as a pineapple lover, for her to ridicule me, that is bias. It is hypocritical. That is like being slut-shamed by a pansexual. Or, in this case, a personal pansexual. That was genius. You understand that, right? Like, because I only heard one half of the room laugh. I said personal pan, like a personal pan pizza. You understand this is why Kanye West went to Wyoming. You understand that, right? You start speaking genius shit and the people in the room don't understand you, so you got to leave the compound and go to Wyoming. That's, you all are Kardashians right now. Like, I'm Kanye. You understand? Personal pansexual. Like, yeah, it was great. It was legendary. There are people you don't even know laughing their ass off all over the world right now, and I thank you all for doing that. Here's something else that I learned during this whole dating process during the pandemic. I am a luxury item in the dating world, okay? And I'm not like propping myself up. I'm saying luxury item is in the only way that you can deal with me is if you have all your regular needs met first. Like, get your basic shit handled. You know, I can't, like, build stuff or change oil in your car or fight. Like, you gotta, you need, like, a dad who was in the military and owns a garage and a construction company or some shit before you decide I'm useful. Like, I'm still useful, you understand? But I'm useful in a different way. Like, if you need somebody to help you move, you don't call your friend with the Ferrari. Okay, I'm the Ferrari. You're not gonna put moving boxes. Like, I'm not functional in that way. Like, I'm the puppy in your purse. Like, you understand? Like, I'm that. That's what I'm bringing to the table. It's different. It's useful, but it's different. But I quit. I just quit. I gave up. Gave up on dating. Done with it. Thank you. I'm done with that shit. Like, this isn't a movement until, like, less dudes who hadn't had sex in a while are the ones who say that they're done with it. Like, we need women who are fucking all the time to be like, yeah, I'm done with dating too. Like, for real? It's going so well for you. We need those as our allies. You understand? Otherwise, I just seem bitter because I hadn't fucked in a while. So what does it mean? I'm done dating. Like, yeah, I bet you are. Your game's been done dating. You understand? You don't respect me, but if somebody who's been fucking all the time, they stand by me, you know, I try to fuck them. Like, I don't But my point is, I'm done with it. Because there are changes that are happening to me that I need to deal with first before I go back out there that I need to be comfortable with. Because true moment of vulnerability right now, I am 35 years old. Now, some of you all know me from when I first moved to Boise. When I graduated from college, I was 22 years old. When I was 22 years old, I moved to Boise, and I only dated women who were 10 to 15 years older than me. It was not my choice. I went bald at 19. So I wasn't believable to people my age. Like, I've looked like this forever. Like, this is cool now, but, you know, not at 19. If I walked in to hand you my ID and it said 19, you'd be like, no. That's what I looked like. So I dated older women because older women were attracted to me because I had an older look to myself. I say that to say this. My entire 20s, I dated women who were 30 and above. My whole 20s, I never dated a 20-year-old in my entire 20s. And I'm in my 30s now, and the women I were dating are in their 40s and some in their 50s. And now I only want women who were in their 20s. And that shouldn't be a problem. However, when a man who's in his mid-30s says he only wants to date women in their 20s, you ridicule him. And you don't do it when you flip the script and it's women in their mid-30s who want to date 20-year-old dudes. You're like, you go, girl. You get your groove back. But I want to date a chick who's too young to know what pop culture reference I just made, and I'm the monster. How dare you? I don't mean to get this angry, but it's so real. How dare you judge me because that is my preference. You all say the same thing to me. Doesn't matter who you are. You say the same thing. Because I'm 35. I started dating this 21-year-old for a minute, and my friend said the same thing. Dude, do you realize 14 years ago she wasn't even here? Excuse me. What are you implying about me? First of all, yeah, I get it. Yeah, 14 years ago, she wasn't here. Neither was the iPhone. Now I can't live without it. Fuck you. Like, it's a matter of priority. Something that you didn't know existed, you get it in your life and you can't live without it. Like, it's okay for that to happen in 14 years. More importantly, what you're implying is I'm a creep. That's what you're implying. Like, I was sitting, like, when I was 14 years old, I was at St. Luke's in the delivery room searching out talent, just waiting. Excuse me. I know you don't know me, but I'm gonna fuck that baby. Not today. That would be weird. 20 years from now, no, you can bet on that. Ja Rule forever. And then I walk off. Because I'm 14 and Ja Rule was, like he was the man. You say Ja Rule forever now, that's weird, but come on, I was 14, just a child. I'm just saying, man, like, be careful the things that you say to people. You don't know who you're offending. You don't know who you're offending. You don't know why you're offending them. You just say stuff you heard other people say, and you don't even think about the feelings of your friends. That's why we argue so much on social media as it is. Ask yourself, in the last 4 years, has anybody ever posted something or said something to you on Facebook or on Instagram that made you completely change your whole view that you had in 2016? No. She said, wait, 2016? Like, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. I figured 4 years was safe for us to understand. You don't change that much from people posting because the people that are posting things really aren't trying to reach out to people and make them change their minds. They just want you to know, here's what I think, and I'm right, and you're wrong. And that's how we talk to each other. Nobody talks to each other correctly anymore. We do not talk to each other with love in our heart the way that we should, the way that it was before 2016. And I don't mean 2015, I mean like primal, like back in the day before we had politics and countries and divisions, like when we were just the essence of life, when we were just earth and love and force from the universe, the galaxies, like that's the language that is in us. That is what we are made of. We are all part of that spark, and it is in you. But the only time that you actually see it is when you speak to puppies, kittens, or babies. That's the only time the true universal force of love comes out of your heart. You don't even control the reaction that you have. If a puppy came in here right now, fuck me. If a puppy came in here right now, oh, who's a puppy? You are. You are. You don't know where that came from, but that's you. That's what you, I think that's what we really were supposed to talk like before society changed us. You are. You are. I know that's what it is, man. Because even, like, I've talked to you, all can tell, I'm pretty bitter about relationships. Like, you can tell. You can just tell. So believe me, that's been going on a long time, okay? So I've been hardened, so to speak. With all that said, all the hardening that's happened over my lifetime, last year I went to Honduras and got to do something that was on my bucket list. I got to hug a sloth. Thank you. Has anybody ever gotten to do that? It's fucking awesome. Damn right. It is amazing. Huh? What'd you say? Bring you a what? Bring you next time. I like you. You were ready to roll. Like, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. I am horrible to women, but you're like, yeah, bring me. I don't give a fuck. I like to travel. I've got so many lies I just want to give you right now, like just off the bat. Like, yeah, baby, we gonna go travel. The world won't let us travel. The world don't want to see us. We're U.S. citizens. They blocked us off. I still tell you, yeah, baby, where you want to go? When you trying to go? When are you trying to go? Did I say where I went? Okay, good. Okay. Because I was like, I don't remember telling her. She was just on board. But no, I told you ready to go to Honduras? I like this chick, man. All right. We'll talk later. I'm rich. I don't give a fuck. Hey, man, you got to double down when you're at the table and you see an opportunity. That's a 9 and a 2 right there. No other gambling addicts in here? No? You see a 9 and a 2 on the table in blackjack, what you supposed to do? You double down. You know, a 10 is coming next. I am not faithful. All right, so it's... Well, I'm honest if I see the 10. You understand? All right, that's too deep for the room. All right. I was in Honduras, which I go to regularly, by the way. I'm going to go next week. I'm only in town for 2 more days, but I will go to Honduras next week if you want to holler. All right, so I'm in Honduras, and I get to hug a sloth. Now, there is a process to hugging a sloth, okay? They don't just let you pay your $5 and you run on in there like an asshole. Like, you have to walk into a room, okay? And the sloth handler hands you a sloth. Now, when they hand you the sloth has, I don't know if you know about sloths, they have very powerful hind legs. That's what they use to climb. Like, that's what they use to climb and suspend themselves. They are super strong. They look like they're slow and weak, but they're super strong in their hind legs. So the hind claws, they grip into my hips, and I mean like deep, like deeper than I like, and I like it, you know, but deep. Deep in there. I'm just like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. And right as I was about to tell her, get the sloth off of me, it's hurting me, the sloth takes its 2 other arms and delicately puts his hands over my shoulders and gives me this hug. And I mean, like, the most delicate touch I've ever had. It felt like 1,000 hugs from your mom after you've seen her the first time after war. And I felt love. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? What is happening? Here's what was happening. You all know when you hug somebody, you release oxytocin. When you hug a sloth, you are likely to release 2 times the amount of oxytocin that you would with a regular human being. The handlers knew that as they're looking, so they're just looking at the side, just watching. And I'm like, this is amazing. I have a video of it on my Instagram, like if you want to see it, like, and I'm petting the sloth, and it's the biggest smile on my face, and I'm like, I think I'm in love. And it was a male sloth, so I had questions about myself in general that I would get to at another time in my life, but this was not the moment. In this moment, it's just love. And the handler goes, you like that? Here, come here. Give me the sloth. She takes the sloth. She's like, come with me. Now, for those of y'all who've never been to Honduras, please understand the safest thing you can do is when somebody who's in Honduras says, come with me, you just follow them. That's what you're supposed to do. Super safe. So I followed her, and they had this room, and it was a little bit closed off, and you could see, like, there's a curtain, and there's a little doorway, but nobody can see you when you're inside of this room. And I get in there, and there's a sloth, but it's bigger than the one that I just had. And I was like, oh, wow, that's a big sloth. She's like, no, that's not a big sloth. Look closer. And I looked closer, and it wasn't just a big sloth. It was a regular-sized sloth with 2 babies sloths. Do you see what's happening to you right now? When I walked up and saw those babies before I could catch myself, I went, oh, look at the little baby! And then I realized why they have the room with the closed doors, so your friends can't see you go full bitch in front of strangers. Like, look at the little baby! Oh! For those of you all who are just tuning in at home, I'm not quoting a Joe Biden speech. Like, this is a real moment that I had in my life. I'll get to the other shit. Don't worry. But we don't talk to each other right, man. Especially in this climate right now. Like I said, Joe Biden, people groan. You know, if I said Trump, see? Like, we feel so strongly about these things. I remember one time on Facebook, there was an article where Trump said that he did not want people to have to wear masks. He said he was going to fight so that people didn't have to wear masks if they don't want to. He said it's fine if you want to, but it shouldn't be a law for you to have to wear it. But the picture that they had on the article was him wearing a mask. And I thought that was funny. And so I said, look, he's fighting for your right not to wear the mask, but he has the mask on with a laugh emoji. It was just funny to me. My friend Brittany then sends me a comment that says, okay, first of all, that was the only picture ever that he was ever wearing a mask in history, and they happened to put it on that, which it doesn't even match the article. So this is not the point that you're trying to get at. And then 5 minutes later, Trump tweets, you know, they are saying that the most patriotic thing you can do is wear a mask, so I'm going to wear a mask because there's nobody more patriotic than me, your favorite president. I was right. Do you think that mattered to the person that defended Trump? No. She didn't give a shit. She was still arguing with me about it. She's like, well, it's still the wrong article. My point is, that's the type of blind loyalty that I need from you all as my friends and fans from now on in my life. If you ever hear somebody talking shit about me, run up on them and just spout bullshit with no basis whatsoever on my behalf so I get there to not defend myself. Like, go ahead, just do it. If you see somebody, if I'm on a date with a girl and I'm late and she's there and she's on her cell phone, she's like, this guy's always late. Walk up to her ass and be like, he is not always late, okay? You were taking the one time ever that he's ever been late in his entire life. He was helping your mom with groceries before he even came in here. And you're like, my mom's dead. It's like, that doesn't fucking matter, okay? You sheep. Do that for me, will you, please? That means a lot. I'll retweet you. I don't, you know. We don't talk right to each other, man. So what's the deal? How do we handle it? It's like some people want to wear masks, some people don't want to wear masks. Some people are angry about it. Some people are like, well, we should have been doing this, and that's all well and good. But believe me, it's okay to wear the masks, even though we weren't wearing the mask. I feel like we can reference a debate and situation where this happened before in the world, and it wasn't masks, it was pants. There was a time in the world where nobody wore pants. Now we're like, pants are completely okay, right? Everybody in here, if you see somebody with pants, you're fine with that, right? Everybody, except for Lizzo. Lizzo does not wear pants, and she is very outspoken about not wearing the pants. And Lizzo is gross to me because she doesn't wear pants in places that she should. And it's not a race thing, it's not an age thing, it's not a weight thing. I saw Lizzo wear nothing but a sweater and a thong and sat courtside at a Laker game for 2.5 hours on a synthetic pleather chair. And I know you all have been in her car when it's been too hot. Ass is ass. It doesn't matter who you are as a person, doesn't matter what you sing about. Like, that's just ass in a place where ass isn't supposed to be. Like, she's not on a beach with a thong. You belong on a beach with a thong. Anywhere else with a thong is wrong. It's not where the thong belongs, as Dr. Seuss would say. You can't be in the Laker game on the pleather seat. You can be at the beach, right? Because the beach, you go there, you go in the water cleanses you naturally. Or you sit down in the sand dries up any moisture that's there. But not the pleather seat. And she performed at halftime. You could have been a bad bitch, and then sat back down. Like, that's not okay. My point is, what if they forced people to wear pants and the pants didn't fit? They were skinny leg jeans. What if that was the first draft, is they made people wear skinny leg jeans? That's what I think is happening with the masks. I think that some of the masks are just too tight, and that's why people get pissed off. If you get a regular size mask, you wouldn't be as angry. But if you have to wear skinny leg jeans on your face, it feels bad, and then you want to fight. You want to storm the Capitol building. You'll storm the first 2 steps of the Capitol building with your tight-ass pants on, because that's as fast as you can go. That's as much as you can fight. That's what it's like. So what can we do? This goes back to the thing about Trump getting on and saying, I'm wearing the mask because it's patriotic. Okay, the president said it's patriotic now. It's the right thing to do, okay? Here's what we can do to solve some issues, okay? Republicans, start admitting when Trump is wrong. Democrats, start admitting when Trump does something right, okay? That way, in that moment, you can entangle and actually agree on something. It could be happenstance by accident, but if you start conceding times where you know you're not in the right, you will have an agreement. Like, there are people who debate on Anthony Fauci, Dr. Fauci. You know, is he helping us? Is he hurting us? It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on when it comes to Dr. Fauci. We all saw him throw that bullshit first pitch in that baseball game. And why? Why did he do that? He knew he couldn't throw before he walked on that mound. Like, he's just been doing disease medicine. You know you never knew the sport before you walked on that mound. For you to do that, when he threw that pitch, first of all, who didn't see the pitch? Okay, so y'all, all right, girls. Okay, all right, yeah. And you, who's lying, you're highly, I showed you that myself. That's a bullshit thing to do at a live show. You are my friend, and I showed you that because I didn't want a moment like this to ever happen. Why would somebody you love do that? Like, he knows I can see him. You're white. You're glowing. Dr. Fauci went up to the mound, threw the first pitch. When he get up there, he threw it, and it went all the way over that way. And instantly, I questioned everything he ever knew about medical science, because you can't do that shit and not have people question you. You understand? We need peace and love in this world. Does anybody give a shit about what I said before I did that? What I said is pretty universal. I was right, but what the fuck was that? What? I question everything. He's clearly not stable. Did you see what the fuck he just did with that water? What's even happening? That's how I felt when Fauci threw that pitch. Do you understand the logic that's going on there? We can agree it was a shitty pitch. When I saw it, instinctively I went, nerd! And I'm not even a bad person. But that's what you're supposed to say when you see somebody throw like that. That comes from your soul. Nerd! I had the same reaction as Donald Trump. We were both in our room like, get somebody black instead to be the head of this whole disease control division. And if they have to throw a pitch, if they do it right, yeah, good, because they're black. If they do it wrong, fine. She was a girl. That's what Trump thinks. That's not how I feel. Okay. That woman that was, y'all saw the new that the disease council. They had the black doctor on there. She's the island doctor. She said hydroxychloroquine is the answer, and we should listen to that. Donald Trump Jr. retweeted her, and then people looked into her a little bit more and found out that she had more things to say about the medical field. Mainly, women, you're having reproductive issues and problems because, according to her, you have been injected with a lot of demon sperm by having sex with demons in your sleep. Actual quote. Hydroxychloroquine is the answer. Also, you all have been getting demon dick down to the point where your whole system don't work. So take both of these or nothing, but it's both the truth. I love the reaction from that, because some of you all are like, that's a ridiculous thing to say. And then some of you all are like, yeah, I've had demon dick before. I have had dick ruin my entire world is the way that I saw it. I was speaking in tongues. I didn't know what I was saying. All of a sudden, I just let him not pay rent. That's demon dick. If you've ever let a man move in and just live off of you, you got demon dick. You understand that, right? It is what it is, boo. When you throw a rock into a crowd, the person who gets hit will holler. You got demon dick before in your life, and it is not our fault. So what's it going to be? You got to accept it. That, I mean, you know, what's the antidote to demon dick? Did you say hydroxychloroquine? Yeah, she is on board. She is on board. She's like, yeah, she told you the answer. People don't fucking listen. I don't believe it. No, you can't play both sides now. I don't know what you think this shit is. No, that's over for you. I didn't say that. I'm waiting for your friend to go, oh, bullshit. You take the only time she's ever said that in her life. You got to step up for your friend next time. You got demon dicks? Yeah, to get better dick in real life, right? That should help. That's what's coming next. You know they're going to prescribe dick as the antidote. It's the only thing you haven't tried. Try dick. What could it hurt? Everything else they've told you that could cure coronavirus is not working. I'm not talking to the stage 1 people. You all tried. Like, you all tried your stage 1 relationship. You're like, maybe dick is the answer. Like, and then you all had it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like you all are judging me about what I'm saying in this moment. Like, we're not judging each other, are we? Because like all of you all have prescribed dick for somebody like subconsciously and just said it out loud and never thought about it. You all do it. You have that angry bitch at work. You're like, she just needs some dick. That's all she needs. And then she wouldn't act. I promise you that's all she needs is some dick. That's it. Guys do that all the time. Yeah. You see the way she talked to me? If the girl walks in angry, she just needs some dick. If the girl walks in happy, yeah, she just got some dick. Like, yeah, you see it. It's gonna happen. That's gonna be the next thing. Like, people just need to get laid. Like, that's gonna be the next prescription coming from the Center of Disease Control. Because that's I mean, there's some truth to it too. Because like sex is a drug. Pussy is a drug. It is a drug. People don't qualify it as a drug because it sounds demeaning in a way. But if you treated pussy with the respect of a drug of the highest addiction possible, then you'd be better off. Treat it like a drug. Okay, because pussy is the most powerful drug ever created, ever. Have you ever took your cocaine dealer out to dinner and paid in full in hopes he might give you cocaine one day? Just the hope, no guarantee whatsoever. And after you spent all your money on the date with the cocaine dealer, they didn't give you any cocaine and you blamed yourself? I need to step up my cocaine getting game. Your friends shame you because you can't get cocaine as much as they can when they don't even pay for dinner and they get the cocaine and you don't get the No, that hasn't happened. You ever wore a sweater vest to your girl's house for some heroin? Call it what it is and respect it, man. That's the problem. We don't call things what it is. We don't look into things that are clearly in our face. We don't respect. It's an American thing. It's an American cultural thing. We didn't take coronavirus seriously in the beginning. We just didn't. People that I know who were like, wear the fucking mask. Those are the same people I saw saying, it's the fucking flu, grow up. Like, they were saying that in the beginning. You didn't want to believe it. It just wasn't there. That's an American thing. We see stuff happen in other countries and we're like, it won't get here. And we just let it happen. Rub some dirt on it. That's the American mentality. Rub some dirt on it. It'll be fine. We didn't take AIDS seriously. We thought Magic Johnson had AIDS, and we let him start in the All-Star game. You understand me? Not on the bench, not limited minutes like they're doing Zion. Like, we're talking like he started, and he won MVP. He scored 32 points. Nobody was guarding him, but he scored 32 points. Like, I mean, most of the defense was just like, but we didn't know what HIV was. We thought he had AIDS. We thought he was gonna die before the season was out. Yeah, that was our reaction to AIDS. Check ball. So hell no, we weren't gonna respect coronavirus until more details came out. That's us, man. This is COVID-19. We don't know shit about the other 18. 19 just snuck up on you. You didn't see this coming. If your friend came to your door and he had chlamydia 7, wouldn't you have questions? Like, wait, 7? I only knew about 1. You can't jump into 7 and be okay. This ain't Rocky. Like, excuse me? You can't walk in with chlamydia 7 and not get more research. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, that's how we treat stuff, man. We don't think right. And since we're on the subject, stop kissing your dog on the mouth. Yeah, who else am I talking to? Stop kissing your dogs on the mouth. When I saw a dog got COVID, I'm like, oh, how did that happen? I wonder. That dog didn't ask to have COVID. He wasn't supposed to have it. We thought animals couldn't give it. Then, I mean, a little dog, too. He has the COVID. That hurts my soul, man. He was only going to be here like 10 years tops anyway. Fucking up his golden years. How hard was it to not kiss him on the mouth? Seriously. And don't say that shit about, well, you know, a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth. Like, yeah, in comparison, if you eat the same amount of dog shit, yes, a dog's mouth will be cleaner if you all have the same amount in ounces of dog shit. If you both eat dog shit at the same time, the dog's mouth is going to be cleaner. Otherwise, one of you is eating shit, the other one isn't. I'm going to go with the person who's not eating shit, not the dog that's eating the shit. I don't think that dog mouth is cleaner. You can do another taste test and get the dog COVID again, but other than that, like, leave the dog alone. There's a tiger who got COVID. I want answers. I don't know who to blame on that. Somebody fucked a tiger. You didn't kiss a tiger. That didn't happen. You came the other way. And it might have been consensual. You don't know. This is a big year for tigers. They've been partying. they had that they had the whole documentary going on. They were partying. They were doing shit they weren't supposed to do. They got access to stuff before. You ever been a new celebrity? That shit is addicting. The tiger was going around snorting coke and oranging out. And they don't black out. They orange out. They're tigers. I thought that was cute. I had tears in my eyes from laughing at that shit. I was like, this is going to bring the people together. I'm going to say orange out instead of blackout. Wrong. They took that tiger's life away. The tiger didn't die, but like his life, like his social life is. You think the tigers don't treat him different when he goes in the party? Say, hey guys, y'all wanna kick it in the jungle? Like, man, I don't know. Like, you let a human fuck you, dog. Like, tigers call each other dog when they're behind closed doors, as do we. You let a human fuck you, dude. Nobody's scared of you. How we gonna hunt with you? They're gonna laugh. If you all didn't like that joke, you're gonna hate this next joke. I'm just saying, man, like, we don't think about our actions. We don't take stuff seriously. Then all of a sudden, it steamrolls, and we don't know what happened. We got no answers, and it just caught us by surprise. Like I said, COVID-19, that was 1 through 18. You weren't paying attention to 1 through 18, and I'm seeing this right now. That's what's going on with the protests and the marches, and Black Lives Matter should not have been a shock or a surprise to anybody. It's been leading up to this. This is Black Lives Matter 227. You understand that, right? This has been going on. We've been saying the same shit. And we know what's going on. We do. We feel it. We know what's going on. That black doctor, the reason that I made the joke that I made is because I just wanted to get a little levity, because Amazon and Google and Facebook, they all took everything that she said and they banned it. They didn't allow her to say, think of all the stupid shit that you say that gets to stay on there. Her stuff is gone. And I'm like, that's not right. There's something to that. I don't know. It doesn't feel right, okay? I don't know her. She doesn't know me. But we're both blacks. I know there's some type of struggle that she's had that I connect with in a deeper way, and I can just tap into that shit. That's what black people can do. We see a struggle somewhere else with our own people that we've never even met, and we feel it. It's in here. It's who we are. White people can see the same thing happen and just not get it and wonder, where did that come from? Well, wait, how long has this been happening? Racism to white people is like calculus. It's the same rules. Yeah, well, you know of calculus, but it doesn't really apply to your everyday life that much. Yeah, even your girl, she's like, hey, chill, you know, we talked about the calculus thing before we walked in here. Don't just say you know it. They might ask you questions about calculus, and then you might have to answer that shit. That is what racism is to white people. It's like the answers have already been there, but it's like, if it doesn't apply to your life, why would I spend my time learning about calculus? Let's say, for instance, if somebody walked up to you with a calculus equation right now, you'd be like, what are you giving this to me for? This has nothing to do with me. There are people who know calculus. Talk to them. Okay? Let's say after that happened, 5 more people on the street that you don't know walk up to you with the same equation. Now you're like, okay, what the fuck's going on? I told the last guy, this is weird that I keep seeing it, but I'm not going to do anything about it. Doesn't really apply to me. I'm probably not going to see it again. Then 100 people on your social media page post the same equation. Now you're starting to get a little pissed off about it. You're like, look, this doesn't have much to do with me. Deal with that on your own time. This is not my deal. Then your job where you work at says, everybody in this room, your job is in danger if you don't understand this calculus equation. And you're like, shit, I've seen that equation before. I've seen that for 20 years. But I don't have the tools to deal with what that is. I know there's an answer, but shit, I should ask somebody. And this whole time, you've had one friend who knows calculus really well. This is Idaho, so you only got one friend who knows calculus really well. And he's been trying to tell you the whole time. And you're like, bro, I did not know this was happening. And he's like, man, I've been telling you about this the whole time. I stopped telling you how to answer this question because you get mad at me. So what's the point of talking about it? That's what it is. There is no joke to that. I just wanted to get that shit out to the world. But I'm saying the answers are there. If you ask people, we can get to an answer, but you just have to care enough to get to the answer. We can do that, and it ain't just about Black Lives Matter. It's about all lives matter too, because you know what? You're right. All lives absolutely matter. My issue has never been with anybody who says all lives matter. I'm like, you're damn right, all lives matter. My issue has always been the timing when you say all lives matter. I want to hear you say all lives matter before you heard somebody say Black Lives Matter and you answered immediately after. That takes it away, takes the actual power away from what you're saying. It's shark attack logic. You all have all heard in your life, well, sharks don't even attack people that much. That hardly ever happens. You've heard that, have you not? Yeah. How many times did you say you've heard somebody say that? Maybe 100 in your lifetime, okay? Here's my issue with that. The only time you hear somebody say humans don't get attacked by sharks that often is right after a fucking shark attack. It's directly after. That's the part that gets people pissed off, man. So in order for us to come to an agreement, we have to start admitting, like the politics thing, like one side admit when somebody's right, one side start admitting when somebody's wrong. I saw a tape where these 2 black women accosted this white woman, told her, you bumped into my daughter, you need to say sorry. And she's like, ma'am, I just want to get to my car. And they're like, no, you need to say sorry. You're a racist, and you need to say sorry to my daughter. They're in her face. They're being aggressive. Her demeanor is not aggressive. She has her head down, and she just wants to get to her car. And then her husband comes out and tries to protect her, and they say, you're a racist too. I beat your ass. And he didn't say anything. He let his wife get in the car. Now, here's the kicker, okay? This is the part. When she gets in the car, when the white woman gets in the car, she says to the 2 black women, I'm not racist. I care about you. I don't know who did what to you to make you feel the way that you feel right now when you're talking to me, but I am sorry, and I care about you. And those black women kept arguing, and then one of them slapped on the back of the car. Like, I beat your ass, bitch. And the woman gets out of the car and had a gun. She cocked a gun, and she said, back the fuck up. And that's when the original tape of this happened. That's when you see it start. She's got the camera in the white woman's face and hashtag Karen with a gun. Back the fuck off. This was not racism. I admit that. I am a proponent of Black Lives Matter, but I admit that wasn't racism. Those black women went too damn far. I admit that. So you all need to admit when white privilege goes too damn far. And what I'm talking about is stop letting Gwyneth Paltrow make candles that smell like her pussy. I'm over it. That is an abuse of white privilege. How dare you? The arrogance involved and it sold out. She made a candle, and the name of the candle was "This Candle Smells Like My Vagina." And it sold out, which means she was right. Ooh. She was right. The world needs to smell like my pussy. She was accurate. I don't know any of you all in this room, and there are some bad bitches in this room. Thank you for coming. There are some bad bitches in this room, but I know for a fact, not one of you has ever walked into a room and went, "This room, it's missing something. I can't quite put two fingers on it, but I know it's missing something. Ramsey, be a doll and grab me that table fan for a second. I know it's..." Never. What's the point? What is the point? I love pussy, but I don't just want to be in it all day. I don't want to be in it. What's the point of making a pussy candle? Other than to make your gay friend sneeze uncontrollably when they walk in the room like, "Achoo, fucking ew." Achoo. They sneeze cute. Achoo, what the fuck? Thank you. This is 2020 coronavirus comedy now. We thank people when they heckle polite things. This is positive reinforcement. He said, "That was awesome. I concur." It was. Gwyneth Paltrow made a new candle, by the way. This is not a joke. She made a new candle that just hit the market saying, "This is what my orgasm smells like." And it has hints of gunpowder in it. You bitch. You arrogant bitch. Your orgasms are that amazing, that powerful. There's gunpowder in your shit. Okay. And lemon extracts, but gunpowder, like, really? Amen? Amen? It's Demon Dick Girl again. You all realize that, right? Like, she's like, "Yeah, I need a little gunpowder in my..." What was that? It smells like a what? Cum dumpster. I didn't mean to say that. I was trying to phonetically, like, by the second syllable, my mind went, "No. I don't say cum dumpster. Have I ever said that? Never, boo. No. Stop that. Yee. She's just so cool with it. Would you be fine if I made a new cologne called Jizzathon and like it came in a super soaker bottle? Cause I'm that this is me, this is my jizz. This is what my jizz does when I do. I don't know about yours, but just buy it. It's weird. Did you say exactly? Oh, that's gross. I'm gross. Okay. The things you think you're going to be judged for in life are not how the world perceives you. That should be the lesson of all the things that I said tonight. I did not think that would be the one where she drew the line. I have offended cum dumpster girl. And there is no coming back from that. No. What is happening at this show? So arrogant. It's fine, you love me, I can do what I want. It's not. It's called consent. Oh, okay. This feels like I showed up late to an orgy and you all are being super polite. Like that's, like you all have already gotten yours and you're like, you're fine. Like, wasn't there another guy we were supposed to, yeah, let's let him have, okay. Well, I'll stay. My whole point was we can all reboot. We can all find things to agree on was the whole point that I was trying to make throughout this entire thing. That's all I'm saying. Jesus Christ. Find ways to be nicer to one another. Like, be cool. You see people out on the street, they're yelling stuff you don't agree with. That's fine, okay? Try to hear them. Maybe they're saying something you hadn't thought about before. And, apply it to your life. I've heard people out there saying masks are mind control because the Bible says, bloop, blibbly, bloop, 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 bloop. That's what I hear when somebody says, because the Bible says, after they say mind control is done by masks, because the Bible said, he didn't say bloop, 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 but that's what I heard. You understand? Like, that's my own issue that I have to work with. But it's not what you think. It's not because I think the Bible is bullshit. It's not that. It's just I also know what the Bible says. I'm a child of Nancy Austin, who is a minister that I grew up with. I call her my mom because that's who she is, okay? My mother taught me the Bible ever since I was 3 years old. One of the things my mom taught me in the Bible was Philippians 2:4, which says, do not look just to yourself to service your needs, but also look to the needs of others. That means wear the mask for a month, don't be a dick. Just try it. Try it. You never know. You never know what can come of it. Ever. It's a perception thing, man. We have perception issues in this country. I'm going to say the world, but I mean in this country, we got perception issues. Things that are the world to somebody else. I promise you. Half the people in this room think everything that you stand for and believe is complete bullshit, and you're an idiot for not seeing it their way. That is just how we are. You all know when they pardon the turkey for Thanksgiving, when they presidential pardon of the turkey? It's kind of funny, right? Like they're saving the turkey's life, like they pardon him because we're going to fuck up some turkeys, right? Yeah. That's funny. It's a game to everybody but the turkey. The turkey is the happiest turkey on earth. Did you all see that? He saved my life. He said I was worth something. Donald Trump saved my life. You all don't see that? Donald Trump is the greatest president ever existed. He saved my life. Fuck whatever you think. I will stand by him as long as I'm a turkey. He saved my turkey life. This is what we do with politics. Somebody that means everything to you, for whatever reason. You were living your best life if Bush was in office, or if Obama was in office. If you just happened to be in a time of your life where you were living and everything was going good, and then the next person getting in office, something's going bad, you hate him and you love the other person even more when they were all playing the same game above your head, but it feels so personal to you. You make this connection. And that's the issue, is it's all just a game. Like, look at the choices that we have right now. We got one dude who we have no idea what the hell he's ever talking about, and the other dude is clearly got some pedophile tendencies, and the fact that you don't know which dude I'm talking about for either one is why we're fucked as a country. You understand that, right? You were wondering. That are your choices. I was wondering who was the pedophile and who we don't know what they're talking about. That's your choice for who's going to lead the world through coronavirus. That's what we're going on with right now. My point is, there's a game going on above your head that you'll never know. And all you can do is just live your best life and trust that the circle around you has your back. Have the faith that the people around you are in your life because you lived your life a certain way, and that was rewarded by the people who you love and respect and trust the most. Those are the ones in your life, because life is about having the faith in those around you who you love over everything. Everything comes down to faith in this world. So going back to the Bible, there are people who live their best life because they have faith that God created Adam, and Adam had Eve made from his rib. They lived their life by that. That woman, you, perfect you, was created by a rib from a man. Now, some people think that's bullshit. I definitely think it's bullshit. But not because I don't believe in Adam and Eve. I do believe in Adam and Eve. But I think the story was a little different than we made it out to be. I personally believe that God is infallible, which means when he made Adam, that was the perfect creation, which means we all know Adam didn't have Eve created from his rib, because if Adam didn't have ribs, he wouldn't need a woman ever. I got time. If men didn't have ribs, we could suck our own dick. And then we wouldn't need. See, this is why I bring it up, because you all aren't respecting my beliefs, and we were fine until I told you how I really felt about the world around me and how I live my life according to this. I believe that man, when he was originally created, was created without ribs at all. And he could suck his own dick as he pleased. And that is what he did all day, to the point where he was not tilling the fields in the Garden of Eden at all whatsoever. And God could not get his attention at all. He's like, hey, Adam, bro, the Garden of Eden doesn't till itself. Hey, Adam. And Adam's like, I'll get to it in a second. Just give me. That's where demon sperm comes from, by the way. I don't know if you all know that. I'll get to it in a second. And God is like, me, damn it. That is it. And so God punished Adam by creating this system of bones that he called a rib cage, because he was imprisoning Adam in his own flesh. And Adam, when he went to reach for his dick again, just ha, ha, ha. I can't suck my own dick. Why hast thou forsaken me? He started punching at this new rib cage, and he like ripped one of his ribs out and threw it on the ground, and God was like, whoa, hey, bro, this was not my plan. Tell you what, pass me that bone. And Adam took the bone and tossed it up to God, and God went, and it went way far to the left, and Adam was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I can't concentrate on anything that he did. Did you see? And then all of a sudden, Eve. And Adam was like, what's this? And God said, hey, man, I got angry. I made it so you couldn't suck your own dick anymore. So I made something that'll suck your dick for you. Occasionally, when you do something good. You get angry a lot, so I put 2 stress balls on his chest. You can just squeeze it when you get upset, lay your head on it, and I promise you everything will be all right. We good? Are we good? Huh? Are we good? Who's gonna do good things? You are! You are! See, I told you just needed some dick getting laid. Like, that's my time, you guys. Thank you all so much for coming. Have a good night.
Alvin Williams. That guy's hilarious, man. Thank y'all so very much. This is the lounge at the end of the universe, and there's no more universe. So there's nothing to go home to. You might as well just stay here. Get you some buzz balls and have a great time. So this is the end of the universe. One more time for Alvin. Also, Kat, the Sargas. I think I got that right. And Jen Adams. Give it up for Jen Adams. She works hard to keep this place going. COVID might not kill us all. It may kill us all. We don't know. But y'all just live your lives. Just be good human beings. Give a fuck about each other. Fuck racism. Thank y'all so very much.